So today we're going to be shooting a product video with the Zeapon Micro 2 motorized slider. Okay, so this is the current camera setup for the first shots. So what I wanted to do was shoot in 6K. So I've set up the wow. So I've set up the Pocket 6K. Now I've got a wooden camera cage on the Pocket 6K, which is a little bit fiddly sometimes. So I have to put the SSD mount on the side over here, which it does work, yeah. Now because I don't want to add too much height, because really this is kind of the perfect height right now. This is a makeshift table because literally I'll show you I'll show you how I've set it up. I've got a Pelican case and then I've got another lens case. This is not very secure. You can see I've got the Gemini 2x1 over there, and then I've got a Pelican case and literally the base part of like a speaker system over there. Hilariously enough, it's perfectly even, so that's great. That's what I need. I gave a little bit of space between the table and the green screen so that there's some separation and there's less green spill onto the items and stuff. Got a Gemini 1x1 lighting up the rest of the green screen because it wasn't very even. Very important that you have even lighting on your green screen. To be fair, I could actually do with a bit more lighting over here, so I may set that up in a second, but I need some lights. Yaz is filming right now in our bedroom, so don't really have another light right now. Basically, this is going to be the hero, the master shot that I'll use at the end to show like all the products and all the ingredients and such. So basically what I've decided to do, so I drink oat milk, right? And I use the Minor Figures oat milk. So, you know, I was in the store the other day and I saw these. They've got these canned drinks. So there's a, you know, there's a mocha, there's a chai latte, there's a latte, and then there's black coffee. Now, I don't really drink black coffee at all, but, you know, that's the 4 drinks they have. And I was like, pastel colors is pretty interesting, very simplistic. You know, their people, icons or whatever are on there. So that's cool. So it's like, okay, oat milk, coffee, and then, you know, chai tea. I figured I could take some of the ingredients out of these tea bags and use that. And I also have some oat milk in the fridge. Ironically though, it's yeah, so this is the setup. First shot we're doing is a slider push in shot, like master shot. Actually, sorry, pull out hero shot of all the products with like their ingredients all around. Should look sick. And the reason we're using a green screen is mainly because I wanted to. So first of all, none of the cans have green, so I was like, cool, I can use green screen if I want to. And then the other thing was that I want to have pastel colors, because like the cans themselves have pastel colors, so I think it just works really, really well. And the alternative, honestly, it was like that black sheet up there or this white sheet, which I put on the table anyway. So it wasn't really too much choice going into it, because I don't have a whole studio in my office just yet, but it is what it is, and I still think it's going to work out. I've done green screen before for a client shoot before, so I know what I'm doing, more or less. Okay, so what am I trying to say? So there are a lot of product videos on the internet, on YouTube. So what you need to do, I feel like with any project really, is you need to do something that makes it different. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a secondary axis of motion. So on top of the slider going from forwards to backwards, I'm gonna pan the tripod, and obviously this is a manual human movement, like there can be human error, so it's not gonna be exactly the same every single time, but it doesn't really matter because we're just going for like a one take kind of thing. We're not trying to like mask and that kind of stuff, which is something else you can do with a motorized slider, which is why they're so awesome. So let's go for a take. Okay, put it back in the start position. Now I'm just watching on this monitor over here. Okay, recording. I can't let it go when the moment passes. I guess I'm only average. Blessings always come, but they nice, let's do one more. Yes, there we go, nice. See, I love having office space to use and film, kind of like a little studio. But when you do something like this, space is gone. Day 2, filming. I need to take all of this down and apart, and now we're gonna do, no one asked you to ring phone, and now we're gonna do the individual shots for the cans. And then later today, we're gonna get a little bit messy. Quite messy, really. Okay, so now we are shooting. Basically, these are just gonna be the revolving shots for the cans. Pretty straightforward. All that matters, like, it's just a lot of setup, but then once everything's set up, it's very, very straightforward. So, still have the same green screen lights going on, but I've changed the angle of this light here, so it's bouncing off of my wardrobe, and then that's gonna fill in a bit more on the green screen, a bit more on the left side of the can here, which is falling a bit too much into shadows. And then what I've done to fill in the front, because I need to have this soft, even light, which this was creating like a harsh line, is I've taken this YN360 light, literally a £90 light, $90 light off of Amazon, just angled it ever so slightly up towards the front of the light, and then we have the small rig M160, their brand new light, which this light is awesome, but I'm gonna make a whole other review about that video. Using that with their softbox grip-on thing, that's basically being the key light for the can. Having it on a Lazy Susan, I had to prop it up with a couple of Anton Bauer batteries so that I could match the height of the camera, and yeah, just get straightforward spinning shots. Because these basically let you, in post, just do whatever you want. So there's always going to be some movement because it's rotating slowly, and you know, you can speed that up in post if you want to, and then kind of do some speed ramping, stuff like that. But having this particular shot gives you a lot of flexibility in post, so it's time consuming and a little boring, but once it's done, it lets you do a lot in post, so you know, it's kind of necessary. Okay, and now we're back with setup 3. So I have arranged the lights in such a way, you know what, I'm gonna take you off the tripod so you can see. Okay, so let's break down this setup before I make a mess and start filming with the product. So first of all, we've got the Pocket 6K, unfortunately not the Pro, but it's the 6K, right? Still a great camera, with the Samyang 14mm mounted on here. Now I do not have a C-stand, which is, you know, sad face. So I've put it onto a light stand. It works. I've got power. I've taped the Titan base on here to power it because the internal battery is. So yeah, masking tape. It's not even gaff tape because I've run out. And then we've got the Mars 400S from Hollyland transmitting a signal so that I can see like what I'm doing. Can probably barely make out. There we go, there's my hand. And that's just on a light stand with the Small HD Indy 7. Great monitor. Green screen is not being used, I just left it set up. Now, as for the lighting, let's break that down. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm using 2 Titan 150s batteries as a counterweight for the camera, so always put a counterweight up, guys, because it's kind of necessary, especially if you've got something as important as like a camera on the end of it, or a light. You know, everything's important. Anyway, so speaking of lighting, we have a Gemini 1x1 with a softbox up there, just blasting some light down kind of diagonally this way. Oh, hi Arlo. Hello. You want me to throw the ball? Come on. It's his birthday today. He's 2 years old. Go get it! I'm not going to show you the house because it's an absolute mess. Anyway, got another Gemini 1x1 over here with a softbox again. These are both cranked to 100%, so it's very nice and bright and clean. And oh my goodness, we have the Gemini 2x1 here also cranked to 100%. Crazy bright. There's actually quite a lot of heat coming off of this one. Arlo, where are you going? What are you doing, little guy? Huh? What are you doing? Oh, it's so cute. My baby's 2 years old. So we're gonna be throwing these oats up at the camera just to get that kind of like explosion shot. So you'll see here, I'll go like woo, and then it'll fly up, and we're filming at 120 frames per second. So we should get some very nice slow motion. And yeah, let's give it a shot. This is the before, okay? Let's just get a nice before shot, because afterwards is gonna be an absolute mess. Oh, I completely forgot to film. Well, I've started to make a mess already, so, you know. 3, 2, 1. That was full send. Please tell me that was good. Oh my god, I can see it all down the side. Oh no. Right, let's go again. Out my head. So I need to get it to about here. 3, 2, 1. Guys, I have carpet, man. Why am I doing this? You know, on the plus side, it does look good. So I'm happy about that. Oh, it is a hot day today in England. Why did I move to this country that doesn't have air conditioning built into their homes? I don't know. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the little BTS for the video, and it was really fun, really messy. A little summary of like the product video shoot experience. I would definitely say get a proper table. Yeah, okay. It didn't hold me back. I was surprised that the cases made a perfectly level table. That really surprised me. But hey, I was happy with it, and now I know, at least up until I buy a table for the next time, I can make a table if I need to. So like, to kind of wrap up this video, I want to give some like key points and like things I learned as well, but like key takeaways from the shoot I did, and you know what I say to keep in mind when you're doing a product video shoot. So first off, the thing that I learned, and I've made this mistake in the past as well, and there are workarounds to it, but if you do it right in the first place, it makes the entire experience a lot easier. Sorry if you guys can hear people in the background, like my balcony doors are open. It's so hot in the apartment, so I just have to leave everything open. Tip number 1 is make sure there's a lot of space between your background and your subject. So you have to light up the green screen because it has to be even and like a good like brightness of green so that you can properly key it out in post. This, you know, shining light onto a color, it means it's going to reflect that color. So if you have your subject too close, especially if it's a reflective subject like a can, then, you know, it's just going to pick up that color a lot easier. Now, I was quite fortunate I was able to work around this and pull the green out in post, so that even after I keyed it out and there's still that little bit of green shimmer around the can, I was able to completely pull down the greens, remove them completely from the shot, and it just looks like it's part of the can now, so that's really cool. Now, things that you guys should keep in mind that I have done, but you know, definitely expect them for your shoot. Plan out your shots. I say this for like every shoot anyway, but plan out what you're gonna do. Don't just think, I want to shoot a product video, you grab a product and then you put it on a table and you hit record. Like, think about the kind of shots you can get. Sometimes when you're shooting, you will just come up with an idea and create a very interesting shot. That's actually how I got this shot, because what I was doing was I was doing a simple motorized slider left to right shot, but I thought, what if I added another axis of movement? What if I tilt the tripod as it moves? Now, this did create a bit more movement, but it didn't blow my mind like I thought it would, but it was still cool, and you know, experimenting, that was an in the moment thing. But before that, I, as usual, took my tablet, wrote out different shots that I need to get, different shots that I should try, and you know, shots that I wrote some shots down I wanted to get, but ultimately couldn't because I don't have, like, for example, the Laowa probe lens, which would be so sick, but I don't do enough product video to justify buying that, so it is what it is. Had fun regardless. Yeah, plan out your shots and create the unexpected. So this kind of shot here, it's nothing that's like, whoa, that's crazy. And it actually took several attempts to do because I was just missing the focus multiple times. And even at the end, I think it is in focus, but it could be sharper, I think. But that could be down to the lenses as well, so who knows. I made this shot unexpectedly, but I just kind of tried it and I was like, oh, like, you don't really see this shot every day. And it's just kind of a robotic, I guess, left, right, as if it was done by a robot arm. That's just kind of what I had in my head. I don't think ultimately it looks completely like that, but regardless, I was happy. So create the unexpected. And lastly, have fun with it. This was a lot of fun to shoot. It was quite stressful because this took me like 2 days, 2 to 3 days to finish filming. It just takes time, honestly. Product videos, a lot of the time is spent on setting up the product, the set, because you do need to think about set design when it comes to these things, and also the lighting, because like, you know, you can add a light and it can improve things dramatically, or you could add a light and it could ruin things and you have to reposition everything or remove a light or whatever. Yeah, so have fun with it, and you know, just enjoy it, because it's a lot of work, and if you don't want to be doing it, then you won't do a good job, because you probably won't put in enough work to make it what it could be. So have fun with it, guys. I mean, with all filmmaking, just have fun with it. Okay, now let's get to the coolest part of this video, and that is skadoosh, that bad boy over there. Okay, the Zeapon Micro 2, it is an incredible slider. For the price, what it can do is actually insane. So first of all, I'd say the most important thing is, well, first of all, it's motorized, right? Whoa, what was that? Oh, hey, Arlo. First of all, you can get it motorized, so that can come as an additional like module as well, which is really, really cool. And the reason it's cool that it's a module and that it's not built in is because then it gives you the option to use the slider in a manual configuration, which for some projects, that's probably what you want. But having it motorized means that you can, you know, do repeatable shots, do things like what I did, have the precision so that you know every time that you do a shot, it will stop in focus every single time, because there's no human error basically. Hi Arlo. He's just under my desk right now. Okay, so the slider itself is $219. $219 for a 8 kg capacity. That is ludicrous. That is so good. Now, yes, that is without the motor. With the motor, that's another $200. So basically you're paying $420-ish for a motorized slider. Now let's compare this to them. Now, yes, whilst their products look great, I haven't really tried them, but they are very expensive. It's not that I don't believe they're worth it, but it's also just like, that's a large investment, and if you're not making use of it consistently, like weekly, I personally couldn't justify the purchase. Like, it would be a fun toy, but you know, it's like outside of maybe some YouTube videos, how often would I use it? I don't do product videos for my commercial work, for my clients. I do music videos, commercials, but like for fashion stuff. So, you know, it wouldn't really fit into what I would need. But a $400 slider that's motorized, that can give me the option of doing some interesting masking shots that I can mask out in post to get like repeated people within the same scene that's moving, like that is something that is incredibly sick. And getting in at that price point is so major. That is a huge deal. Now, I should point out, by the way, that Zeapon did send me this slider in exchange for review and some content and stuff, and as usual, guys, you know I always want to maintain honesty, and I told them that, like I tell everyone that, like, hey, I'm not gonna say if I don't like it, I'm gonna tell them I don't like it. Now, I like it. Straight up, it's a slider. It's kind of hard to mess up a slider, really. You know, the tracks are very smooth. The motorized track as well is extremely smooth. It works as advertised. And also, I think the coolest part is what isn't even out yet. Zeapon are basically straight up going, they're going up against the big dogs, you know, like Rhino and Edelkrone, and you know, I've said their names now. I don't know why I didn't say it before. And they're coming out with a motorized head for the slider as well, so that you can pan and tilt and pull focus from the app. But you'll see in the app there are options for those things, and obviously they're not out yet, but that means they're coming. And if the motor's $200, you know, I'm just thinking like these other accessories will probably be in the same price point. Like, you could have a fully fledged like pan, tilt, focus, like 3-axis system that can pull focus as well for like, how much would that be? Maybe $1,000 or something? Where, you know, comparing that to the competition, like that's a pretty competitive price. So we'll see when it comes out, but I'm excited for that, and I do hope Zeapon let me try it out as well, because that would be really sick. But anyway, enough about the Zeapon product. If you do want to check it out, there is an Amazon link in the description below, which if you do purchase is an affiliate link, so that helps me out, and I very much appreciate it, as always, guys. And yeah, in conclusion, to summarize things up, product videos, they are a lot of work, they are a lot of fun, and they can be extremely messy. Will I do one again? Hell yes. Will I do one better? Definitely. Will it be... Oh, your fur is always on... Oh, that's my hair. Okay. Will it be anytime soon? Hell no. I got too much on this month. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more information about what lights I used for this product video, check out the video up here in the top left corner or your top right. I always mess that up. And the Zeapon Micro 2 slider will be the first link in the description below that like button. See you guys in the next one. Peace.